Good morning. This is a special early edition of the Morning Marketplace, and I feel like you can hear it in my voice a little bit more. This feels like this is an international show. This is for our people international today. That's the type of hour it is right now. Kyle, we'll start prayers up for Haliburton. Yeah, we'll get into that injury. Hopefully, it's not so bad. I want to shout out Gurjot real quick because getting in here 69 minutes early to fire this comment is just like peak. That's peak team hold. That's what we're talking about. And Craig one-upped it while live, and now in 69 seconds. So in from 69 minutes to 69 seconds. We love it. We love it. Rise and grind that coffee. What's up, Kyle? Mike, you sound tired. I am tired. Yeah, we're doing it super early. Had to get some dunking for the early morning. I know. So this is what we're going to do today. Also, before we get started, let's take that sip, right? Sip of whatever you're sipping. And first and foremost, sponsor me, you cowards. We need a coffee sponsorship, all right? We get some games to get into today. We have a pack drop coming up. This is also our first like team hold morning marketplace, since we've changed our name on Friday. Colin, let's do it live, baby. All right, so let's get into some of the games. We'll talk about the pack drop a little bit. I feel like there was something else. I was going to talk about, but let's start with the games. Oh, dude, Rich Edwards out in Cardiff got the day off for PAX. National holidays for hustle and show, baby. The hustle and show back. All right, let's go. There was a lot of good games yesterday. A lot of fun stuff to look at. Actually, you know what? I wasn't going to start with the Raptors-Lakers because that was the last game. But let's start with the Raptors-Lakers. So the Raptors won 121, Lakers 114. Siakam had 39 and 13 last night. Lowry had 37 and 11. Kuz was the only Laker to talk about, scored 24. But this is what I wanted to talk about. After the game, LeBron ripped into the play-in a little bit. You guys just win the games. Win the games. Since LeBron's come back, they dropped one to the Kings, and then they dropped to the Raptors, the Raptors, no Fred VanVleet. They played like 7 guys last night. They just don't lose those games. And we knew we were doing the play-in the whole time. You can't wait till now to complain about it. The NBA's trying to make their moned back, right, from all the revenue they lost. So the play-in didn't sneak up on us. We knew it was here. Just win the games. Win the games, it won't be a problem. But anyways, all right. I'm not going to look at anybody from this game except for Siakam. I do kind of want to check in on. And this isn't supposed to be like Lakers hate just so Dustin gets upset. I really was just kind of surprised that LeBron had that take because, again, none of this is new, guys. None of this is new. Let's look at Siakam, 39 and 13. You put up 39 and 13, we're going to look you up. Them's the rules. Them's the rules of the morning marketplace. All right, what do we got? $7 35K moment. $13 15K moment. That first moment, though, I've been looking a lot at the Top Shot debuts this weekend, especially. You've seen in I think who put the comment up there? Kyle K, market cap back over 1 billion. Yeah, we saw Series 1. We saw a lot of the market kind of scoop up a little bit over the weekend. And part of that was due to everybody, like the floor went from $5 to $7. That's part of the reason, right? But you're also seeing the Series 1 moments go up. And maybe that's because your boy went on a shopping spree, and that's why the market's back up. But yeah. Anyways, all right, let's look at Siakam again. So 133 for that first moment is the one that's nice, It's a nice block here on LeBron. You got LeBron in there. Oh, bang. Big old block. Yeah, it's an aggressive block. It's an aggressive block on LeBron, fitting since that's the game we're covering. So Siakam, that one sticks out as something, you can take a peek at. We can take a little peek. All right, let's go back in order of the games. My Raptors Lakers notes are just staring at me, and I was just so mad about the LeBron thing. Like, come on, LeBron, you're better than that, dude. Just don't finish in the 7 seed, man. Don't finish in the 7 seed. We'll look at the standings after this too, because right now the Lakers, Mavs, and Blazers all have the same record, and that's going to be really fun. All right, Bucks Nets 117, Milwaukee 114, Brooklyn. Giannis and KD just trading buckets. See, we talked about this on the 89 Cavs yesterday, that podcast, but what's getting me really excited about the playoffs is just starting to see these teams like face off. We're like seeing some playoff atmosphere games, and man, I'm so pumped. I'm so pumped to just. I'm praying that we get a healthy Brooklyn, a healthy Milwaukee, and a healthy Philadelphia, because we need them. We need them to go in the playoffs. All right, here we go. Giannis 49, 8 and 4. I'm going to pull up Giannis and we'll look through his 97 moments that he has on Top Shot. I don't know if any of them are going to stick out. It's funny. They all kind of feel a little undervalued, but I think a lot of that is just because there are so many moments. So I don't even know where I would go here. So this series one is only out of 1,012. It's 540. His Seeing Stars, honestly, that's probably like, if you're looking for an entry point for Giannis, Seeing Stars at 70, that's out of 10,000. Like, that's pretty nice. I think that's where I would start if I was just trying to add a Giannis to my collection, because we still don't know what they're going to do with it. Oh, out of 15K is only 44 too. Isn't that kind of crazy? That feels kind of cheap for Giannis. You're telling me you can get a $44 Giannis? Anyways, so that's Giannis. Middleton at 26 and 10. I don't really want to look him up. KD. Oh, one other thing about this game. So Kyrie had 27 and 6, but it was like a bad 27 and 6. Do you know what I mean? Like, it was not. Drew Holiday locked this dude up, which again, I'm very excited for the playoffs now. Steve Genty from 89 Cavs calls the East the Church League, and he's not wrong. But the top three are legit. The top three seeds are legit. That's going to be fun. But KD, man, 42 and 10. I think he's healthy. I think KD's back. 106 for that 15K moment. 7,500 moments sitting around 333. And it's hard not to remember what this looked like in February at $1,700. I don't think it's going to go all the way back up there, but it does feel like this comes up, right? This feels low. His Seeing Stars at 418. Also, just a reminder how few moments KD has, because of the timing of that injury last year. So anyways, that game was pretty exciting. Liam says Giannis being guarded by DeAndre Jordan for 3 quarters was not a smart move by the Nets. DeAndre Jordan playing is not a smart move by the Nets. I mean, I get it. They don't have anybody now with Nicholas Claxton a little dinged up, but and I apologize to Nicholas Claxton. I don't know why I just said it like that. Big Mike, sorry I'm late. I had to buy more ETH. No, we love it, dude. Over 3K. Let's go. This is what I wanted to ask. Anybody in the chat try to do the the World Poker Tour is something different. The World Poker Tour NFT dropped. Did anybody try to do that last night? This is part of the reason why I'm so tired and sound like shit, is because I stayed up for that. And it was a mess. But I was curious if anybody else was messing around with that. All right, let's keep going, and I'll look at the chat in a second. Blazers, 129. My Boston Celtics, 119. Tatum and Brown ran into each other. I haven't checked any of like the injury news tweets. They ran into each other with a minute left in the game, and they both went down, and they both limped to the locker room. Very exciting. Marcus Smart gets slapped in the or slapped Nurkic in the testicles. He got kicked out of the game. The Celtics, man, again, on Friday night, we were live, right? And they were down like 30 something to the Spurs, and Tatum ends up scoring 60 points to win the game. But like, and everybody's like, oh my God, Tatum. And Tatum is incredible. Like, that's no disrespect to Tatum, but they needed 60 points to get past the Spurs. The Celtics team is fraudulent. Like, and I love Boston. I love the Celtics, but I'm so out on this team. They are frustrating as hell to watch. Like, Evan Fournier shot like 80% from the field yesterday, and you still couldn't get it done. Like, and Tatum had 26 at halftime or 24 at halftime and ended with like 31. It was a piss poor game. All right. CJ though had 33, 5 and 5. Norman Powell at 23, Dame 26, Tatum with 33, Fournier with 21, as I said. Let's look at CJ, because CJ's a reminder about the big old L I took on his Series 1 moment. Mike said, thought that was today. Well, good news, Mike. They pushed it back a week without actually saying what day it's going to be. So don't worry. You missed nothing. All right. CJ McCollum. I believe his Series 1 is like down to 1 something, and I purchased that at a 4 something. So that's exciting. 131 for his first moment. CJ's so smooth. He's one of my favorite players to watch just because he makes it look so easy. He can get to whatever spot he wants. And like rightfully so, he's a little overlooked. excuse me, a little overlooked because he's got Dame in there. And I mean, Dame is incredible, right? But I really do like CJ. I want to look up Evan Fournier only because he did. Do not go buy Evan Fournier. That is financial advice. Don't go buy Evan Fournier. But I was just curious after his like lights out shooting, what it looked like. So his first moment's $53. Man, if the Celtics really had a shot at the East, that is someone I'd probably take a stab at. Just knowing like he's gonna get buckets in the playoffs. But I mean they're gonna freaking, who knows if they come out of the play-in game. They suck, man. I'm so frustrated with Celtics. And I'm mad at people who were trying to tell me the Celtics were good. I think I'm more pissed about that than I am at the Celtics. Like my friends who were like, oh, honestly, they're just like Marcus Smart was hurt and like they'll get it together. Just need some reps. They suck. All right, Heat 121, Hornets 111. Bam. It was funny. I just looked at Bam's stats quickly this morning and it was like, oh, he had 20, 10, and 7. So I was like, oh, Bam had 20 points, 10 rebounds, 7 assists. That incorrect. 10 assists, 7 rebounds. So it was kind of funny. Bam, the facilitating big man. $20 for that 15K moment. What else? I want to look at his Eastern Conference final. So this is $780, which is expensive. I know where the minnow tank here. Oh, Mike Harrison, what you doing? Damn, this is why I love you guys. I have $1,000 deposit in poker. Just set my alarm for NBA today. As I always forget. I got you. Thanks, Mike. I appreciate the super chat. Very, very kind, very generous. But yeah, they're doing that poker drop next week. It looks like so. It's wild, man. I like tried to pre-fund it so I didn't have to stay up because they had this option, which I actually think is pretty cool moving forward. It would be dope if Top Shot did this, but basically if you got a queue number that was going to secure you a pack, you could pre-fund it. So when it was your turn, it would just auto rip it from your account and then you'd get the pack. So I was really excited to do that because I didn't want to stay up because the drop was at midnight Eastern. And I'm like, I got to get up early. And it took an hour and a half for me to fund it. And I was losing my goddamn mind yesterday. Anyways, enough poker talk. The reason I like this Bam, and I know it's $780. I'm not saying go spend $780 right now, but this is one of the Eastern Conference ones. So we know they're burning, right? So it's out of $999, but not really because only like 25% are in circulation. So it's really out of like 333 or something like that. So I love this Bammy boy. And, full disclosure, I have this Bam. So like pumping bags. What's up, Joe? Boo. Good to see you. Oh, you know what we have to do? I don't care how early it is. I do not care how early it is because my man PJ went for 21, 6, and 6.
PJ Washington. PJ Washington. PJ Washington.
Oh, we're doing it. We're doing it. I don't care what time it is. This is how we roll. The best part is now I figured out the timing that I can search for PJ while it plays. And then when you come back, it's like, bang, there's my man. But legit, he's playing good. And they're just straight up starting him at the 5. Victory lap Monday. $7 for that 35K moment. Shout out to the Team Hold community for raising the floor on PJ. We did it, y'all. But his first moment, this is up. I want to say this is up $20 over the weekend, up to 165. His Cool Cat's 38, whatever. His rare metallic gold is 225. That rookie debut sitting at 715. Metallic gold 665. So I don't know. The first moment still sticks out to me as a value play as he's crushing. LaMelo had 14, 6, and 6. Jimmy Butler had a good game too. He had 18, 8, and 8. I'm Jimmy Butler in the playoffs. I'm just terrified of, right? Like he's, the Heat have kind of looked pish posh throughout the entire year, but I still just believe Jimmy's a different player in the playoffs. He really is. And that's such like coach speak bullshit, but he really is. All right, I wanted to look at LaMelo. His 4K sitting around 1666. So now we're seeing a little bit more of a discrepancy between that rare rising star moment. And it was funny, as we move further away from that rising star pack and the challenges, I thought we were going to see that price come level out a little bit more below the 4K moment, but clearly that's not the case yet with a $200 difference between the two. So, I mean, I get it. I get that, but a lot of people have been saying that 4K moment is going to be worth more long term, which honestly, it might be. It might be. I can't believe it's 2021 and Liam. You're right. Trevor Ariza is a great addition to the Heat squad. I can't believe it. Trevor Ariza is still just getting meaningful buckets. I feel like that dude's been playing for like 35 years. All right. That's enough. That's enough. Also, shout out Mike Harrison one more time. Very kind, sir. Let's go to the Kings and the Mavs. The Mavericks lost to the Kings 2 times this week. Do you think anyone's lost to the Kings this year 2 times in a week? Like, and I know the Mavs have been loud about getting this, like, oh, we shouldn't have to play in the playing game. We play all. Sure. Don't lose to the Kings twice in the same week. You lost to a Luke Walton-led team twice. Haliburton went out at halftime. Didn't play. Didn't play the second half. De'Aaron Fox didn't play. How do you lose that game? How do you lose that game? You can't complain. You cannot complain. Anyways, all right. Marvin Bagley's back. And he's been on minute restrictions, although he's been playing 30 minutes. So how many minutes was he going to play, Luke? 23, 9, and 5 last night. That first moment is at $70. Now, again, not financial advice, not saying go buy it, but if you wanted to throw money at like a high risk, high reward guy that's got like a potential for a ceiling, like I mean, he was the 2nd overall pick, right? And he shouldn't have been. He should not have been this. He probably should have gone 4th or 5th. But I feel like there's still an opportunity. Like no one thrives in Sacramento, so we can't really put this on him, right? So I don't know. I kind of like him as a dart throw of someone who could pop off in a new situation and still be really good. And I think he'll be good. He won't be good defensively, but offensively, and it feels like that's all we care about. So, I don't know. He's intriguing. He's intriguing. We got to talk about Buddy Hield because Buddy had 27, 6, and 6. He also played like 42 minutes or something stupid like that. So maybe that would be what Marvin Bagley was playing. First moment's at $64 though. Sorry, I'm taking more coffee breaks than normal because it's earlier and I need to make sure I get this stuff into my veins. Sponsor me, you cowards. But Buddy, for $64, whatever. I'm not saying go buy that either, but it stood out. Again, Haliburton. Let's actually look at Haliburton's price right now. And as people wake up this morning and learn that he got injured, I wonder if we see it dip down. I actually looked at it when I first woke up and it was $3.99. It seems like it's gone up $6. So people are apparently just like buying right into or doing the opposite of the injuries. And are like, no, now's the time to buy. But $4.05, that is so damn cheap for Haliburton. Haliburton's going to be good. Same thing though. God, please God, get him out of Sacramento. That's what I would say. Please God, get him out of Sacramento. But yeah, let's keep an eye on Haliburton over the next couple of days as we find out what that injury was. Hopefully it's nothing serious and that he's back. We're not rooting for injuries, of course. But he's on a list of players that I've made for who most likely will miss the playoffs or will be out of the playoffs early. And I just want to monitor those prices during the offseason because I'm going to be doing a lot of scooping. Hey, I haven't done any business yet. I think I put this stuff in the show notes. If I didn't, I apologize. If you hadn't had a chance to follow us on Twitter, do that. Also, you'll notice we have a new handle. We're Team Hold now. That means if you already follow us, you don't have to do anything different. We just changed it. But if you're new, follow us, Team Hold NFT. There's a link to the Discord. You can follow me at Mike Zakarian if you're not doing that already. Like the stream too. Let's get more eyeballs on this. Let's get some early morning eyeballs. All right, that's it for the Kings Mavs, right? I know the Mavs are out without Porzingis, but Jesus, I mean, the Kings are so bad, dude. The Kings are so bad. All right, Knicks Rockets. Knicks 122, Rockets 97. I actually wanted to look at something real quick. We're going to go over to the standings page and scroll up to the East. The Knicks, I just want 9-1 in their last 10. 9-1 in their last 10. What is wild, though, they're still only a half game ahead of both the Hawks and the Heat, which is kind of crazy. But it's funny, the difference between, 7 games is still a lot with only like 10 to play. But the Knicks, man, Knicks are balling. Randall 31, 7, and 6. We should also say they played the Rockets. So keep that in mind. But Randall 31, 7, and 6, that debut moment, which you'll see is now at 320. This was at like 2 something earlier this week. Also, shout out Adam Shaw. Actually, I'll let you get a little peek behind the curtains here. Let's go to my moments. First and foremost, welcome home, Michael Porter Jr. Daddy's happy you're home. We finally made the splurge. We made the splurge on Michael Porter Jr.'s first moment after talking about it for 6 years. But I also scooped this bad boy. I scooped little Julius Randle. I'm a believer. Liam says the Bulls 4-6 in the last 10. That Vooch trade is looking like bad business. That trade is awful now. Unbelievable. I'm with you, Liam. But yeah, so Julius Randle. I'm coming home. I don't even know. What song is that? RJ Barrett had 21, 7, and 7 last night. No, he didn't. 21 and 7. I gave an extra 7. I don't think he had the other 7. RJ's first moment, shout out RJ for that price. Pretty consistent. I mean, it got to some ridiculous numbers, but since it's come down, it's kind of stayed there. It hasn't continued to falter. So 839. I like RJ's ceiling. The Knicks are intriguing. Dude, the UK gang is strong today. We love to see it. Also, I'm doing my best right now to get some UK guests on the morning marketplace. Coming soon. I think. I think. All right. What do we got? We got 2 games left. We're making pretty good time. Suns Thunder 123-120. This game was too close. Yeah. Hasn't played in one of those 10. That's true, Brian. That's true. You right. Levine's been out. But hey, Brian, do me. How many games did they win with Levine in there though? Because they've sucked for a while. Also, shout out Jamie. Jamie, does that you? Potential. We will get him on here. All right, Booker last night, 32-6. 32-6 for my man D-Book. You know who's been sucking the last couple games and has been bumming me out is DeAndre Ayton. I keep looking at his stat lines and it's like 5-11 and he played 37 minutes. So same Thunder that lost by 57. Those same ass Thunders, John. And you know what's funny? I looked at yeah, I'm with you, Brian. I looked at I was excited to do like a Dort report segment this morning, but he didn't really do shit. So Dort's not at full PJ level. You know what I mean? Like I'll play the PJ drop whenever, but the Dort, you got to like do something for me first, Dort. All right. Booker 32-6. That's Seeing Stars at 50. I don't know. I've been out on Seeing Stars, but I feel like I got to start taking an L soon. Out of 10,000, some D-Book. Series 1 out of 2681 is 475. But where's that Series 1 moment cooking at? Ooh, it's over 1,000. It is over 1,000, right? Because that was in the 800 range just like a week or two ago. People are believers now that the Suns are the 1 seed. I'm so excited for the playoffs. I'm so excited. I can't wait. Suns, I'm pumped. CP3 at 18 and 11. Also, shout out to I'm blanking on who it was now, and I'm too sleepy to look it up. But somebody in the Discord scooped Chris Paul's first moment this weekend, and I'm proud of him. 950 now, and I believe they got it in the 800 range. 950. This one, again, what sticks out, 1434, right? It's only at a 1434. And again, Chris Paul, right? When we're thinking about Chris Paul, like I'm not comparing him to Carmelo Anthony, but what I mean is that most of his ceiling or most of his floor is already built into this price, right? Like, or his career, I mean, and that outside of winning a championship, Chris Paul's not going to do anything that's going to hurt his value from here on out. Like his resume is already stacked. He's awesome, right? And now he's got the potential of making a finals run or something like that. But what I mean is that like when he retires, it's like no doubt Hall of Famer, instant, unanimous, first ballot. And so like I feel like the floor's already built in, but the ceiling is just he's one of those guys that when he retires, we don't forget about him. He continues to go up. That's my point. Liam, we got one more game to go, and then we're gonna talk about this because we all know how hard I am for the Nuggets, and my poor fiance had to listen to me talk about. Well, we'll get there. What else we got? Speaking of show favorites, Memphis let Bacon look like a player in the association this weekend. Shout out Dwayne Bacon. And Joker Rock for being here early. Sorry for your Grizz. All right. Sixers Spurs 113-111. This game went to overtime. I was surprised by this because the Spurs sat everyone. That's no disrespect to the Spurs, but like DeRozan sat, Murray sat, White sat. I suited up for the Spurs last night. Embiid at 34-12. Keldon Johnson, big body Johnson, 19-6. But the one that let's look at Embiid's first moment. I don't want Embiid to find me on social media if I don't like check him out. This is back up to 750. Do you remember? This was like 2 weeks ago. This is at 550. This is back up, which is good. Should be higher though. Should be higher. He's cheaper than a lot of people, and he should be higher. So shout out Embiid. Lonnie Walker, though. Lonnie Walker. That's what we would say if he played for Boston. Walker kid. 23 off the bench. He's a high flyer. 65 for his first moments, a three-pointer. The thing about, Lonnie's going to be so hot and cold. He's just kind of like a gunner off the bench. But I know a deep threat. I was DMing with him about like I believe a moment of his. And he's so interesting. If the Spurs do move off of some, right? If DeRozan leaves and you're just playing those young guys a ton of minutes, like Devin Vassell, still Murray. White's not actually young, I don't think. I thought Derek White was young, but he's not. But Lonnie Walker, Keldon Johnson, I don't know. That team's going to be interesting to monitor moving forward, is what I'll say. All right, let's keep going. Wait, no, that's it. That's all the games. All right. Yeah, let's talk about the Nuggets being the 3 seed. I actually just want to look at the playoff standings again, especially because LeBron was like, well, I don't want to play in the play-in game. Suns are the 1 seed, 46-18. They get the same record as the Jazz. But this is the thing, right? If the Lakers end up in the play-in game somehow, as they're in the 6 seed right now, you're telling me like the 1 or 2 seed, the reward for what they did this year is to get the Lakers in the first round? Should I zoom in on that a little bit more? Is that like a little annoying to see? Is that better? But the Nuggets passing the Clippers, if we weren't sure that Jokic was the MVP after the Jamal Murray injury, look at them. They're 9-1 in their last 10. They've lost like 2 games since Murray went down. They beat the Clippers, and the Clippers, it wasn't like Kawhi sat or PG sat. The Clippers were healthy, and they took it to them. So I'm excited. The thing that does, I hope the Lakers move into the 5 seed and we get Lakers Clippers in the first round. Would love to see one of those teams go down. But I'm hitching my bandwagon to both the Nuggets and the Suns. The Nuggets for the ride. I don't think the Nuggets can come out of the West without Jamal Murray. But just think if Jamal Murray was there. God, I would have been cashing tickets. That's what I'd be doing. But yeah, I'm excited. I really am excited for this. I think we're going to see some fun stuff. And I think there's a chance, like we could get some weird shit, man. If you get the Lakers coming out playing the Jazz in the first round, somehow they slip to the 7 seed. Or even right now, we have Clippers, Mavs, Nuggets, Lakers. I'm excited. I'm excited. All right. We're a half hour in. We did it. We're doing it. I'm gonna hang for 15 more minutes. What we're gonna do now is we get a pack drop coming today, baby. Also, this is what I wanted to talk about. I know I showed that I picked up the Michael Porter Jr., but curious your thoughts. By your thoughts, I mean the chat collectively. What would you have done because they were close to the same price, a Michael Porter Jr., 631 out of 1530, or Jokic? Which Series 1 Top Shot debut moment are you going for? Because I went back and forth on it for a while. I know I've talked about this on the Morning Marketplace, but I had a Marcus Smart hollow that I had been going back and forth with on what to do, because it's kind of nice having a legendary moment, but I also don't think there's any ceiling in Marcus Smart outside. That is disrespectful to Marcus Smart, but no disrespect. I don't think the Celtics have a ceiling in the short term. Long term, maybe. And Marcus Smart's going to win you a playoff game or two, probably, with some of his crazy plays, big hustle guy, but he's never going to be like stat stuffer type dude. So I was like, not enough ceiling. Let's move off Marcus Smart now. And I had the opportunity to get Michael Porter Jr. and have some cash back left, or spend a little bit more money and have a little cash left and pick up Jokic's first moment. And I went Michael Porter Jr. Would be curious on people's thoughts on this. I just thought, I was watching Michael Porter Jr. in that Nuggets game. I've been following the Nuggets closely, but specifically this weekend was watching him and Jokic play together. Like, we know what Jokic is going to do. He's going to be an MVP candidate, so maybe he gets another bump. Sure. But yeah, I'm with you, Liam. Like, Jokic is the MVP this year. But I do think we're going to see, I think the world is going to be introduced to Michael Porter Jr. this playoffs. And, whether they go to the Western Conference Finals or not, I do think he's going to pop off, and he's going to, he's averaging almost 30 since Jamal went down. And I think, Joker Rock says, yeah, I think that Tough Call would have the best cereal available to decide that one. And splitting hairs, both are good. Yeah. And I just lean Michael Porter Jr. because I feel like it's a little riskier but the ceiling is not, I don't want to say it's higher because it's not higher than Jokic, but just to get that rookie first moment triple badge out of 1,500 and 631. Anyways, that's how I ended up going on to Michael Porter Jr. But it was close. I went back. My poor fiance had to listen to me talk like, well, do we do Michael Porter Jr. because he's younger? But she's like, I don't give a fuck. Shut up. All right, let's look at the hustle and show drop. So we've got this coming down 2 p.m. Eastern, 11 p.m. Pacific. Although most of the crew watching right now is overseas. I don't know what time it'll be then. Is LeBum done for this season? No, I still think, I don't care what seed the Lakers finish, they're probably still the favorite to come out of the West. Also, I missed Ziggy's comment. What's up, Ziggy? Good to see you. So we got Hustle and Flow. It's going to be $14 pack, 5 moments, one of the inserts of the Hustle and Slows. So what do we got to look forward to here? Let's see. We don't want to read all about it. Let's view the complete content. All fingers crossed on that Chiozza, baby. Let me zoom in a little bit more. How many of y'all knew who Chris Chiozza was when this information came out? What do you guys think? Oh, Billy, this is where I was at too. We've talked about this, right? Where is we take in all this value like we did for the badges. We've done it for the All-Star game. Like maybe it's already there. Like the MVP value is already cooked in. That's where I was at. With you. I'm with you, Billy. Nope. Yeah, no, nobody knew who Chris Chiozza was. The only reason I knew him was from Daily Fantasy Sports during the bubble. Because I was like, this dude looks like he's my size. And I like seeing my size pop off. That is a pretty sick play, though. And you get Durant. It almost is more of a Durant highlight. That's pretty sick. All right, Chiozza, I'm in on it. Yeah, it's a pretty sick moment. I guess I'd take RJ Hampton to pair with his 3 badges I just got. Hell yeah. All right, here we go. You knew since college. Where'd you go to college? Hit me with that college info, Rocket. All right, let's look at a couple of the more plays. This is the first time I'm seeing any of these. I heard the Marcus Smart one was actually pretty cool. Let's see. Yeah, here we go, Ryan. Woo! Oh, I remember watching this live. This was pretty sick. Marcus, I apologize for selling that hollow, dude. Greg, I have a showcase called He's in the League trying to add Chris Chiozza to that. I love that. Yeah, this is a pretty cool moment. Shout out Marcus Smart. Sorry I sold you. Colin Sexton. Poor Colin Sexton, man. Media just rips up Colin Sexton. I saw something today, like there was some unsourced thing being like people hate playing with Colin Sexton. He doesn't pass the ball. It's like, man, leave the dude alone. Maybe he doesn't pass the ball. It just feels weird. I don't know. Those things when they're unsourced. Oh, Sadiq Bey, baby. Let's give me some Sadiq Bey. I'm too high on Pistons rookies. I know that. I'm way too high. God, that jumper's so weird. We were talking about this yesterday too. It's like every jump shot is his first jump shot. His like left knee comes in at a weird angle. Although I know if Aubrey was here, would be commenting on the legs on Sadiq. All right. We got Kent Bazemore. Dude, shout out Kent Bazemore one time. Shout out Kent Bazemore. With a little Oubre sighting. Big Mike. I want to share Big Mike's comment because if you are not in the Team Hold Discord, which you can find in the show notes, the speculation in that challenge thread is wild. It is wild. Shout out. It's actually Jeb Bush, who's probably too early for him, but put some content together for us. Well, not for us, for him. I shouldn't say for us. But actually put a tin hat on. It was a lot of fun. Don't worry, Smeeg. You can watch the playback. Don't worry. Yeah, the reward is a Giannis. That'll be cool. That'll be his 98th moment on here. All right, we've already had Kent Bazemore up too much. Little Caruso action for Dustin. What we got for Caruso? He had a fresh shave too there. Like he bicked that. He bicked that before the game. That is the value caked in for that? Bick value? We got to start it. We got to start that. You bick, bro? All right, let's look at RJ Hampton and then Rudy Gobert. So are these all the hustle plays? I thought we were getting some show plays as well. Oh, this is good ball movement. Good ball movement. Magic lost by 45 that game. I don't know that to be true. I'm just goofing. But against his former team, the revenge narrative. All right, let's look at Rudy. Oh, Rudy. Oh my God. Double block. Now, if you play this moment and swish, do you get double the points? 2 blocks. That's pretty cool. All right, we're into it. We're into it. I'm excited for a pack drop. What do we get for number one? Any number one serials? Ooh, a Kevin Herter number 1 out of 35K we got in there. Skylar Mace. God, I'm so plugged in. I watch a ton of basketball. I have no fucking clue who Skylar Mace is. I've never seen him. Sorry, that's an early morning F-bomb. Early morning F-bomb. I apologize. How much were those 18K? Dude, I don't know, man. I don't know. Oh, Liam said hustle and show are two separate packs. I think I knew that and I forgot. Thank you though, Liam. I don't know. I don't know how much these are going to go for. If you put them at the 18K range, right? I'm sure they'll go for too much this week, and then next week they'll be in the $40 range, right? I don't know. No, there's one other one, Greg. It's the rookie from the Kings, Metu. I don't know his name, Metu, but he's a double block too. The only reason I know that is because this came up on a stream before. What other number ones we got? Or anything sexy? Do we have anything sexy up in here? Some more Aaron Nesmith, Jesus. Although Aaron Nesmith's been playing a little bit better for the Celtics, so everyone's been like, see, he's actually pretty good. Some Robert Williams in there. We need some number ones, though. Any Plumleys? Any plum dogs? We got a Zach LaVine number 1 thrown down an LU. We've got some Dylan Windlers, some rookie Dylan Windlers. Number 1, Trey Burke. I'm excited for Trey Burke to be on the site. Shout out to Wolverines. Jamal Murray behind the back. So there's going to be a lot of cool moments in this one. I'm excited. We're excited for it. Excited for the pack. Number 1, Poku. Number 1, Poku. Rent seekers would sell those for cheap post drop. Yeah, we'll probably. We'll see it. We'll see it come down. Who knows though? Do we think the market's going to shift a little bit now with the new ticket rule? Do we think we don't see it flipped as aggressively as we normally do? Also, people let me know. Surge with the double bot. Greg says 385,000 meet the requirements, and there's 144,000 pack drops, right? So 40% chance, 40% chance that we get those bad boys. All right, the coffee's officially cold. We can't do that anymore. All right, I'm gonna hang for a few more minutes. If you guys have any specific questions, hit me with the specific questions, and we can go over a couple more things before I take off. I gotta go to work this morning. I'm not thrilled about it. I'm not thrilled about it today, guys. Especially because that WPT drop. I think I'm the only one that did it, right? So no one else was up last night or morning, depending on when it was, trying to get some WPT NFTs. Which honestly, I probably saved myself a ton of money. What's up, Joe Boyle's up in here? Good to see Joe. Why the fuck are you up so early? No, great question, dude. I got to go to work this morning. I had the last couple Mondays off because I dinged up my shoulder. Remember, I had a sprained rotator cuff, so I couldn't go to work, but I think I'm back. Oh, yeah, Beamer, great question. Did Daniel D secure the bag? So we're going to go over Swish tomorrow because when I can go over the final stuff, but my understanding is Daniel D came and actually, let's pull this up right now. Let's pull it up right now. Swish. For those of you that don't know, Swish is a fun little fantasy game within it. I feel like a lot of you are probably familiar. Let me add this back to the stream. But we also did our own little league within Top Shot Takes. And wait, week 17. Oh no, last week. Oh, I didn't make last week. And I believe Daniel D won that. I think he came in second overall though last week. I think he came in second overall. Let's see where that's at. Big Mike says these packs are basically ticket starter packs. Also, Adam, that's a great question. My Fiance has a number for you. Daniel D, second place. The only difference, Dame versus Steph. Wow. And he was 1 3-pointer shy. 1 3-pointer shy, 339. Impressive performance by Daniel D. We shout out Daniel D here. We stand. Yeah. How are people feeling about the market went bananas when they announced the ticket stuff? And I mean, I'm guilty of it too. I scooped a couple of those like low $5 floor moments. But do we, with the pre-reg packs seeming like that's going to be a weekly or at least a regularly thing, it doesn't seem like they're doing the tickets for a few months. Do we think that was an overreaction of scooping everything at $5? Like, do we think that floor comes back down, or do we think that's just a new normal? The new normal is a $7 floor. I don't know. I think I'm of the mindset that this is going to come back down. I think every time we see packs come out, people will flip them. It'll come back down. I don't hate taking the stab though. I know a lot of people went ham in the marketplace picking up moments, so I don't hate the thought process. Rocket Style says, how unlucky are we if we don't get? I mean, more people are not going to get it than get it. So that's where I'm at. Yeah, Jamie, I'm with you, right? 100% overreaction, in my opinion. A million moments a week coming out. Yeah, we're just going to get so many moments. So many come. Actually, Ruben with the real point. Everything in Top Shot gets an overreaction. Ooh, man. I'm with you. It's funny. I don't think it's stupid though. Like, I don't think the move is stupid. I think there's still some Dustin said it best, right? Like, I think if you were scooping up $5 moments of players you actually are interested in, like, I know Dustin scooped up some Carusos and THTs and some cheaper moments that he also wouldn't mind having. I think that's the way to go versus just scooping as much as the floor as you can, hoping that the floor comes up. I mean, unless your plan was to scoop a bunch of $5 moments and sell them for $7. I mean, I don't know. John says, I think it comes down. My friend couldn't sign up yesterday, so it seems no new collectors for a while. I think they just did that for the pack drop. They tweeted something out about it that they were disabling it for the pack drop. So shout out Max. What up, Max? Greg says, bought AD Cool Cats for $315 during the February Madness. Think I'll ever make profit or hold long term? Man, dude, I don't know. The Cool Cats thing is wild. The Cool Cat, I don't know. I think if you're in it at this point, you just hold long term, unless you want that money to do something with. Let's go over to Own the Moment for a second. Shout out Own the Moment. We love Own the Moment over here. I just want to look at the Cool Cats right now because I was curious. What that's going for. 157. There we go. 6,800 completed so far. And then 6,800 completed, but how many with another with another 2,000 probably coming. Wow, we might get 10,000 completed. That's pretty cool. Yeah, Greg, I think I'm holding, man. I think I'm just holding that and then hoping that it all goes up again. Unless you just want to punt it, but I don't know. Ryan says, if you don't get the Series 1 pack, do you even use the tickets on the recycled pack or just pass? I don't know, dude. I don't know. I still got to dig into that a little bit more. Because you can honestly it's just more tickets whether you get the pack or not. So I guess I'd probably just get the pack, and then if I hate those moments, I trade those in again. I don't know. I can't imagine this is the only time they're going to use the ticketing system is for the Series 1 either, right? This feels like a test to see if this is something that they want to do long term. So I don't think having a bunch of tickets are a bad idea. James says low risk and can't just sell for about the same if it doesn't come off. Yeah. I agree. Low risk. We like that. Set my alarm for 3 a.m. here in Australia for the pack drop. Commitment, baby. See, that's why the WPT thing was interesting to me, where you can pre-fund it. I thought that was really cool. So the drop was at midnight Eastern, and granted, the drop was a disaster and didn't happen. So I'm not shouting them out. But the one thing in the system that I liked is you could add money to your balance, and then there was an option to pre-fund it, right? So if I had the money in my balance already and I hit pre-fund, if I got the right queue number to secure a pack, once it was my turn, it would auto do it. And long term, it's 3 a.m. in Australia, and especially because they're moving the times around for the pack drops, but for the most part, it benefits the United States and get people on this side of the world. So you're getting screwed a bunch for these pack drops. So hopefully they can do something like that because I like that. What else we got? I think the 2 tickets are super overrated right now. Yeah. John said it'll be cool. It'll be cool when the recycled moments are from previous serials in general, like Series 2. And yeah, that is kind of cool, right? Where you're getting a Series 2. I know it's so hard. It is so hard to blow out what this looks like in a year or two, right? I think we think of like a month from now feels like a year from now. But when you like really go macro and think what this will look like, you're right. Like if you're someone that got in this summer, maybe you got pumped by NBA. They're doing some tip-off thing at the beginning of the season. Everybody's excited. They're promoting it again. We get a bunch of new users. Series 3 is now the floor of stuff. And you're like, oh yeah, well, you can get a recycled pack of Series 2s. I don't know. I think there'll be more appeal to that. Who knows, man? Who knows? But it's fun to speculate. Again, if you're not in the Discord, I recommend getting in there because there's a lot of people throwing a lot of wild theories out there, and it's fun. And it is. I mean, that's what makes this so exciting. Because it's so new, because it's around a topic that we love. It's like fun to dive in and just guess. Whoa. What? Hey, Mike, go on live token, and so I'm gonna make a note to do this for tomorrow morning. We're going to start with this tomorrow, only because I got to bounce in a second. Lord, hey man, new to your channel. I was watching a video of yours and mentioned about, and you mentioned people getting hyped about WNPA. Yeah, we were hoping. They announced that was like a few months ago. It made it sound like that was going to happen with the rollout of the WNBA. You know what, Rocket? I'm gonna pull it up right now. They made it sound like that was going to roll out. Now it seems like they're pushing it back a little bit further. But I was hyped about the WNBA. I'm jumping on the Liberty bandwagon this year. Why not? Why not? You know, I fell in love during the Final Four, so I'm ready to go. All right, so who are we searching for? What's his name again? Alxo's activity. Oh, wait, that's not what I want to do. I don't even know how to do this. Oh, here we go. What's his name? I'll be fully honest with you, I don't use this site quite a bit. Only because I just get too frustrated with my boy with the bots and the deals. Wow, a lot of Marcus Smarts here. A lot of Marcus Smarts. Is that a lot of Fred VanVleets too? A lot of cool cats. This is what's wild, man. Everybody's philosophy is so different. You can attack this in so many different ways. It's wild. Never, dude. Never stop buying it. I know it's early, but smash that like. Liam, we'll end with this. Which are the teams to be watching in the next 7 to 10 days fighting for their playoffs? Lord, you know what though, dude? I would say more people were excited. More people that were in Top Shot were excited about NFTs than they were about the NBA too. So like, I don't even think that's like a fair dunk on the WNBA, because I when I first was getting into Top Shot, it felt like all the content I was consuming were just people that were super pumped about NFTs and crypto, which is still really cool, but that it was like, it wasn't like nobody was talking about basketball, which is why I started doing this, because I was like, I want to talk about basketball. That's what's exciting to me about this. Which teams? Yeah, we're talking about the Wizards. I'm excited to watch Russ and Beal fight for that spot. I'm really excited about that for the play-in tournament. The Hornets are still battling, so they're gonna care. But the West, man, the West is wild right now. The Wild West. All of those teams are jumbled together, right? So you get the Suns and Jazz fighting for the 1 seed. You've got 3 through 7 of Clippers, Nuggets. I'm sorry, let me do that the other way. Nuggets, Clippers, Lakers, Mavericks. Who am I forgetting? Grizzlies. Like there's so many Mavericks. I think I already said. Everybody, dude. Everybody but Minnesota. Everybody but Minnesota. And you don't have to watch the Celtics anymore either. Yeah, we do. We own some ETH over here, baby. To the moon. All right, y'all. The Spurs too, dude. Shout out the Spurs, because everybody was like, Spurs. I mean, they do have a gauntlet of a schedule, but they have a 3.5 game lead on the Pelicans for the 10 seed, and the Pelicans suck, dude. I love Zion so much, and it's unbelievable that they're not going to get into a 10 seed. Inconceivable. You're saying Zion shooting 60% from the field, you can't get a 10 seed? Anyways, all right, y'all. I think we're going to wrap there. Because I got to go to work, and I need to inject some more like coffee into the veins here for the day. But thanks for coming in early. If you're overseas, thanks for, I guess this is a better time for you. So I hope you enjoyed this. We do this normally every day at 9 a.m. Eastern. So we'll be back tomorrow. We've got some show. We got a show coming soon. We got a baseball show with Greg that's happening. And then I'm jumping on Own the Moment show tonight, I believe. At 8:30 Eastern, I believe that is. So yeah, a lot of content. Thanks for being here this morning, though. It's way more fun when the chat's balling. So I appreciate you guys getting here early or whatever time it was. But more importantly, let's get some PJ and let's get the hell out of here. Have a good day, everybody.
PJ Washington.